Hello fish addicts, this is Eric. Today I'm going to talk about cycling a fish tank. Personally, there's several different ways we can cycle a fish tank. I'm going to go over the way today that I prefer to do it personally. There is other ways some prefer, but this is the one that I use. It's a go-to. It's always worked great for me. I'm going to start off assuming that you already have your fish tank set up. The temperature is up to where it's supposed to be. The filter is running. The water's been dechlorinated. And now you're ready to add fish. Starting off, I would use, depending on the size of the fish tank, it would be the type of fish or the number of fish that I would use. I always usually go to Danios as a great fish for cycling a tank. For one, they're cheap. Two, they hang out at the surface of water. In a freshwater tank, ammonia levels and nitrite levels all build up to the highest levels at the bottom of the tank. That's why I like Danios, because Danios usually hang at the higher levels. They're also a very hardy little fish, very active, so they make the tank look like it's continuously moving, which is also a great thing. If I was doing a 10-gallon tank, I would add probably about 3 to 4 zebra Danios or leopard Danios or whichever you prefer. Bigger tanks, 15 to 20 gallons, I would probably do a half a dozen. Now when we get into the bigger tanks, 40 gallons and above, you can just multiply the math out. You also can use bigger body tetras. I try to stay away from the neons, the cardinals, the rummy nose, the long thin bodies. I find they're a little more fragile. So if you do want to use tetras instead of Danios for whatever reason, I like to do like Bernozeris, bleeding hearts. They need a bigger body, a little bit more robust tetra. Another trick to it also is, if you can, is add a product called Stability. This is a very good product. You add it the day you start adding an ammonia source, which will be your fish into your tank. Also with that, I've gone over videos before about using these Prime with it in conjunction. Prime will detoxify any ammonia or nitrate that's being built up in that tank while the tank is going through the cycling process. A little cheat to this, however, is if you have another fish tank, you can actually take the filter media out of that tank and squeeze it out into a bag and then add it to your new tank. This is adding a live bacteria source instantly to the tank. Now, an important thing to remember is when you're doing that way of doing it, the bacteria needs to be acclimated to the new tank the same way as you're acclimating fish. If you just pour it in with the lights on, you're going to lose a lot of that bacteria because of the stress. Also, turn off your lights. Leave them off for a day. Let the bacteria settle in. As you notice, most filters are always dark in color. That's because the bacteria do not like a lot of light. That's the whole reason behind that. So, during this whole process, I don't do any water changes. I don't need to really. Even though your ammonia is rising, your nitrite is, because I'm using Prime. Prime is detoxifying it anyway, so it's non-harmless. It's harmless to the fish, and it still allows ammonia to build up. You'll know I keep regular water tests to see just how my levels are going through. You're going to know when your water is fully cycled, when your ammonia is 0, your nitrites are 0, and you're reading nitrate. That shows you all the bacteria now are in place. It usually takes about 30 days, up to 45 at the longest, but for me usually I can always do in 28 to 30 days. So that's my video on today on how to cycle a tank, or how I would cycle a tank personally. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I will see you guys tomorrow.